Oh, yeah. Is it Saturday already? Maybe the greatest Saturday of the entire year, coming off of Christmas yesterday, Christmas in August. Ahsoka Season 2 trailer is officially here, and my goodness, did it not disappoint. The Starfighter trailer is here. Granted, it was not released publicly, but we have the leaked trailer, of course, and we've all seen it, I'm sure, by now, but we're going to break it down today. Who is that guy in the Ahsoka Season 2 trailer? We got a poster. We got a release date. We have so much freaking news from D23. It feels like my brain is going to explode. My goodness, what a great time to be a Star Wars fan. We got a lot to get into and not a lot of time. So without further ado, let's dive into all of it. What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing on this fine Saturday afternoon? I don't think I've stopped smiling for the last, 12 hours. What has it been? I don't think I've stopped smiling in a long, long time. This is wild. Absolutely insane. Ahsoka Season 2 trailer, Starfighter trailer, poster, release date, Mando and Grogu coming out on Disney+. Like, they delivered. Star Wars went last night. You know what that means? It went last after Pixar and Marvel and all the other Disney IPs because they saved the best for last. And that was Star Wars. And my goodness, did it not disappoint. We are going to break down the Ahsoka Season 2 trailer today. We're going to talk about all of it. We are breaking down the Starfighter trailer today as well, which maybe you've seen it, maybe you haven't. Tell me in the comments, but it's incredible. It's a 60-second teaser trailer with Ryan Gosling and Flynn Gray's character. We have an actual name for Ryan Gosling's character. A lot of crazy stuff. A lot of crazy stuff. But before we dive into any of that, let's start the stream the only way we know how, by saying hi to everybody in the chat. Shall we? Starship 66, how we doing? Vegas Jedi in the house. Star Wars Insights, what is up? John Groom, how we doing? 730 Evie in the house. Fearless, what is up? Grand Admiral Xavier, how we doing? Steven in the house. Darth Plagueis lives, what is up? K Labs in the building. Devi, what is up? All right, if I missed you, you know the deal. Just yell at me in the chat. Let's give everybody a nice little,
Hello there.
General Kenobi.
So I say we start with the trailer. I mean, what do we should we just start by watching the peak trailer that we got yesterday from Star Wars? Should we just start with the Ahsoka Season 2 trailer? Who would have thunk it? We'd be sitting here watching the trailer for Ahsoka Season 2 after D23. My goodness, it feels good to say that. Darth Plagueis lives with a very generous $5 super chat. You guys were extremely generous last night. We had an insane record-breaking live stream last night. It was awesome. It was over 3 hours long. Ron was there. Shout out to Ron. It was a blast, so I appreciate you all. Darth Plagueis lives with a very generous $5 super chat says, what a great day to be a Star Wars fan. Indeed it is. Indeed it is, and this is exactly why. Let's take a look at this Ahsoka Season 2 trailer, shall we? Oh, wait. Anakin, slow down. You know what's really crazy about this trailer? I think the craziest part about this Ahsoka Season 2 trailer is that Anakin is everywhere. Cast your mind back to Season 1. They kept Anakin Skywalker a secret. They didn't want us to know about Anakin Skywalker. They were like, no, we're going to keep this until Episode 4, Episode 5, and then he's going to be in the very end as a Force Ghost. They are just giving us so much Anakin in the trailer. Imagine what the show is going to look like. We're getting Clone Wars Flashbacks in the trailer. Okay, enough talking. Let's watch this thing. It literally gets better every single time I watch it. Somehow, some way. This is considered a teaser trailer, by the way. This is not even the first official trailer for Ahsoka Season 2. This is the teaser for Season 2. Just making sure you know that this wasn't actually an official trailer. This was just a tease for Season 2. If this is the tease, then what the hell is the actual show? My goodness. Okay, so a lot of Anakin. Force Ghost Anakin, Flashbacks Anakin, a lot of Anakin Skywalker. Now, somebody already pointed it out in the chat. 730 Evie said, now I heard another content channel say, why isn't Anakin by Luke's side then? It's actually a great question. Why would Anakin Skywalker not be by Luke's side if he keeps saying so much that he's going to be by Ahsoka's side, as he says right here.
I'm always walking by your side.
I'm always walking by your side. Well, what about his son? Did he just abandon him yet again? What I think's happening here is whatever Ahsoka is doing, which we're going to dive into here in a second, whatever Ahsoka is up to on Peridia, no offense to Luke Skywalker, it's way more important what she is up to on Peridia with the Mortis gods, with Bale Skull. It's far more important than Luke Skywalker and whatever the hell he's doing right now. It's more important to the entire galaxy. It's more important to the Force itself. It's more important. So he can't be at two places at once, and it will actually explain why he's not with Luke Skywalker, why he's not involved in the sequel trilogy, and where the hell has Anakin been this entire time. It will give us the answers to all of our questions. But let's go through this one more time. Let's watch it one more time. On a scale of 1 to 10, please tell me in the chat, how excited are you for Ahsoka Season 2 now, after having the trailer, the poster, and the release date, which we'll get to in a second? How excited are you on a scale of 1 to 10 for Ahsoka Season? My goodness. Clearly, Anakin Skywalker is not paying attention because Ahsoka Tano has quite frequently said, I am no Jedi. But maybe things will change as we go along here. Let me actually put up a poll in the chat, and while we do so, is a new super chat? Oh, holy crap. Okay. Samir with a very generous... Samir? Sure. With a very generous $5 holla, I appreciate that quite a bit, says, also, could he be in two places at once when needed? He is a freaking Force ghost. LOL. Do they have limitations in the afterlife? It is a great question. Well, I don't think they can be in two places at once. He is just one guy. But the limitations of a Force ghost, I think, are what this second season is going to explain and explore. Because Anakin, his lack of appearance in Ahsoka, or in the sequel trilogy, his lack of appearance in Luke's life needs to be explained, along with Obi-Wan's Force Ghost and Yoda's Force Ghost. Like, where do they go? Why do they not appear more often? Force Ghosts in and of themselves just need to be explained a little bit more, and I think Ahsoka Season 2 is going to give us that. But having said that, if you have not smashed a freaking like on this stream, I don't know what the hell you're waiting for. Let's put up a new poll here. Which project are you... Oh, that's not how you spell that. Project are you more excited for? So, after last night, after getting a trailer for both Ahsoka Season 2 and Starfighter, one being a movie, one being a show, one being a second season of a show, which project are you more excited for? Which show stole the show yesterday at D23? Tell me in the comments, tell me on that poll, and while you do so, let's talk about this. Okay, so, yeah, the Rebel fleet. This trailer's insane, but it also came along with this poster. So take a look at this poster for Ahsoka Season 2, the first official poster. What's really funny is last night, give me a 1 into the chat if you were here for last night's live stream. It was a 3-hour live stream. It was crazy. But last night, we were getting all the sort of leaks and news as it was coming out live. And this poster actually leaked out before it was supposed to, because because Dave Filoni, Rosario Dawson, and Iman Esfandi were signing one of these posters, and the internet got a hold of it, and then we saw the poster before it was supposed to be released. Along with that, we got the release date before it was supposed to be released. And that release date is right down there at the bottom of the poster, which is January 20th. January 20th. So, yes, Ahsoka has been delayed till 2027. But at the earliest, Ahsoka was going to come out in September. Oh, we're being shut down. At the earliest, Ahsoka was going to be brought out in September, maybe October. So what you're looking at here is, at most, a 4-month delay, which is not the end of the world. I think a season 2 of Ahsoka clearly is much bigger than season 1, as you can tell from even just the trailer. All those space fights, all those lightsaber duels, an entire battle on Dathomir, these giant mech droid-like creatures. It's so much bigger in scale than season 1 was, and season 1 was enormous. A brand new galaxy, world between worlds, lightsaber duels galore. season 1 was not small by any means, but season 2 is just that much bigger. So the post-production, the ability to, make those epic visual effects scenes takes a little bit longer. Hence a 4-month delay. Having said that, what do we think of January 20th? Is this a good release date, a bad release date? Are you like, oh my God, I can't believe they're doing January 20th? Or are you like, let's freaking go January 20th? Where are we at on this release date? Personally, it's perfect. I think it is the best spot when you look at the entire year that we have coming up in 2027. If Ahsoka Season 2 is going to kickstart us off into the year in January, and then in February, we'll still be watching Ahsoka, but we'll be getting the 50th anniversary of A New Hope in theaters, the original release. Then come March, we'll still be watching Ahsoka. Come April, it's Star Wars Celebration on the 1st. And then May is Starfighter. I don't know what the back half of the year is going to look like, but that's an insane first 5 months. Absolutely insane. You spend your first 2 months of the year, 2.5, watching Ahsoka. You get Celebration right after that. You watch A New Hope before that in theaters, and then you get a new Star Wars movie in theaters as well. How better could you start the year of 2027? How better could you start the 50th anniversary of celebrating Star Wars? January 20th is the perfect time. I was getting a little concerned before we got this release date because if it was way too close to Celebration or way too close to Starfighter, maybe one project would hurt the other. And I think that's also why we're sitting here today with only one publicly released trailer. Because I assume we've most likely already seen the Starfighter trailer. It's been leaked online beyond belief. And we're going to watch it today, or at least we're going to watch, the scenes of it today. But there's a reason that they did not release the Starfighter trailer publicly, because the hype for Ahsoka Season 2 after last night is so unbelievably high. Like, it's ridiculous. So the poster for Ahsoka, it looks fantastic. The release date for Ahsoka, the trailer for Ahsoka, bringing out Hayden Christensen and Rosario Dawson and Iman Esfandi onto the stage for Ahsoka Season 2, it stole the show. They put it last because they knew how significant that this was going to be. And it worked. Like, people right now are on this crazy high for Ahsoka Season 2. And it's, as a Star Wars fan, like, the greatest thing ever. This is Christmas Day. I guess the day after Christmas, but Christmas morning. That's what it feels like right now. Yes, don't get me wrong. The Starfighter teaser trailer is good, but it's not anywhere close to as good as Ahsoka Season 2. And I don't think they wanted Starfighter to hurt, or the numbers for the trailer for Starfighter to hurt, because of Ahsoka Season 2. If you release both of those trailers at the same time, one is going to have way less views than the other, and it's going to look bad. So I'm guessing we are going to get the Starfighter trailer within the month. I'd say before the end of September for sure. But they did not want it to compete with themselves. They did not want to compete with Ahsoka Season 2, which is just smart business, just smart marketing, and makes a lot of sense. Yes. Okay. John, yes, we do need to talk about that, and we will in a second, but let's take a closer look at this poster. A lot of comparisons are being drawn between this poster and actually the Heir to the Empire poster with Luke Skywalker on the cover. This one right here. Wait, where'd it go? Oh, this one right here. So this is the Heir to the Empire Legends trilogy cover with Thrawn sort of in the background right there, with Luke Skywalker right here. Very similar to Ahsoka and Thrawn on this cover. There's a lot of Easter eggs and references to that Legends Heir to the Empire trilogy. It looks as though Dave Filoni is really pulling from that Legends trilogy and bringing over a canon variation of this character and this story. Obviously, it's not the same. We're not going to be seeing Mara Jade and Luke Skywalker, at least to our knowledge. We will be seeing Ahsoka and Hera and Ezra and Chopper and Zeb and all these characters who did not exist in the Legends trilogy. So it's going to be different. But the Thrawn we know and love, the Thrawn from those 2 trilogies of books from Timothy Zahn from the pre-original trilogy time period, are going to have an impact on the Thrawn we see in live action, as it should be. I've said this before, but pulling off Thrawn is not an easy task. He's not just pure evil like Palpatine is. He has this reason for being here. And I think they're going to pull it off quite well. This trailer does make me think they will. But the poster looks great. And then if you zoom in down here, we get a closer look at some of our characters. This is not the Razor Crest. When we got the blurry image of the the poster, sorry. When we got the blurry image of the poster, this craft right here looked like the Razor Crest. But now when you look at it, it's actually two different ships. And one is a TIE bomber, it looks like. And the other one is just maybe a TIE fighter back there. So not the Razor Crest, but in the blurry image, it looked like the Razor Crest. Yeah. Okay. But here we have a bunch of characters. I assume that this is Sabine Wren, because she's got the two Mandalorian blasters right there. It looks very Sabine-esque. This, you can see the sort of Leku going down the back of her head. That is Hera Syndulla. This one is a little bit of a mystery to me. I'm kidding. It's Chopper, of course. Not a lot of Chopper in the trailer. My only complaint, but, I'm sure he'll be in the second season a lot. Ezra Bridger, I think. I mean, who else would it be? He's wearing a jacket, you can tell right there, and it looks like Ezra Bridger. So Ezra Bridger right there, a couple stormtroopers. You got the vines from Dathomir. We're getting a lot of Dathomir. Baylan Skoll. So this is sort of our first silhouette look at Baylan Skoll. Rory McCann's Baylan, I should say, because Ray Stevenson obviously played him in season 1. And then I believe this is Shin Hati. But what's going on here? What's going on right there? Is it possible that this, weird figure over here could be Abeloth, and this is Shin Hati being embodied by Abeloth? Just that's where my brain goes. That's where my brain goes. She is the only person who has any sort of thing coming off of her. Baylan is very, shaped as a human. Same with Ezra. Same with Hera. Same with Sabine. Even the ships, that's an X-Wing. That's a TIE fighter. There's no denying that. That's the Chimera. There's or a Star Destroyer. That's no denying that. For some reason, Shin Hati has something crazy coming off the back of her that's going, sideways into nothingness. Could be teasing something. Just saying. I'm just saying. She's riding a horse? That does not look like a horse. This is her front leg. This is her other front leg. And this is some abomination attached to her. Just saying. Okay. So January 20th, really great poster in the trailer. Now, let's break down this trailer. I got one question for you guys. Really, just one. Just one. Well, I got a lot of questions for you guys, but the one big one. Who on God's green earth is this guy? What do we think, Chet? Who is this guy? In my breakdown video, I sort of, theorized that it could be, or people have made the very, observant reference to Exar Kun. Now, if you don't know who Exar Kun is, at least in Legends, he's a character that exists 4,000 years before the Battle of Yavin. So 4,000 years before the events of the original trilogy. Yes, he technically is still around during the time of the original trilogy and after. And then it's not until, it's more so as his spirit. His spirit is still around. He's like how Darth Momin attaches his life essence to a mask. That sort of thing. So that's Legends, though. In canon, he also exists 4,000 years ago. And his name is mentioned actually on Dryden Voss's desk in Solo, A Star Wars Story. A little bit of a really cool Easter egg in Solo to Exar Kun. I do not think that this is Exar Kun. I don't. Unless they're really going crazy here, I don't think it is. You can't deny that the hair and the face does look the same, but I seriously doubt that that is the character. But we need some context here. This is Clone Wars Flashbacks, which we'll talk about in a second. Anakin in the Clone Wars, Ahsoka in the Clone Wars, and what that means. But Clone Wars Flashbacks. he has, first and foremost, the first ever, to my knowledge, cyan lightsaber. The first ever lightsaber that opens up in the middle. It's not a double-bladed lightsaber. It's a triple-bladed lightsaber. It's a really cool design. I like it a lot. But it doesn't answer the question of who the hell is this guy? A fallen Jedi? Could be. Could be a fallen Jedi. But wouldn't there be a mention of this guy in the Clone Wars? Wouldn't he appear somewhere? I have seen this theory about him possibly being Marok before he turns into an Inquisitor. I like that theory, but I don't think he survives this forest. He's going up against Ahsoka and the Chosen One. He's going up against Anakin and Ahsoka during the Clone Wars. I don't see a world where this guy survives these events. I just don't. So he's going to be a really cool character and maybe a fallen Jedi, but I don't see him coming out of this alive. I don't know. But your guess is as good as mine. Who do you think this is? Could it be a Night Brother? Doesn't really look like one. I'm colorblind. What color is that? It looks white to me. It's definitely not white. It's sort of a cyan, as they say. It's like a sort of like a light bluish. Really, really light blue, I guess. It's not Anakin's lightsaber. Because Anakin's, of course, is blue. It's a different tint, I suppose. It's not white. It is not white. Could this be young Baylan? Whoa. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no because of the lightsaber. And it doesn't really look like Baylan. I mean, maybe if he grows a beard and gets rid of the face paint. I'm going to go no, but I do like where your mind is at. I do like where your mind is at. Yeah. Do you think we could get any Kanan Jarrus in flashback sequences? Maybe, but he would be really young. Yeah. I would love to see some, flashbacks to Baylan Skoll. Don't get me wrong. Any chance to get Baylan on screen would be great. And to get an explanation of his backstory would be even better. But I don't think this is him. I do not think that this is him. Yeah, Ahsoka kind of opens her lightsabers like this in Mando Season 2. That's true. Ahsoka goes like this and takes her two lightsabers and opens them in the middle like that. Maybe she's doing it because of this guy. I don't know. Let's add a little bit more context to the situation here. Let's go back to the trailer really quickly. So what's happening here? It's right away. Anakin is asking what troubles her. And we get a flashback to the Clone Wars. Now, I personally thought that any flashback to the Clone Wars in this second season would be to explain the Mortis gods. Because to normie fans, to casual fans, they don't know who the Mortis gods are. If you've never seen the Clone Wars, you were probably watching Ahsoka Season 1 going, what the hell is Baylan Skoll standing on? What is that? And it was Mortis god statues. So in order to explain those, you can use the Clone Wars flashbacks to do so. This is not doing that. This Clone Wars flashback of young Ahsoka and Anakin in the forest, this sort of snowy-looking forest, it is not explaining Mortis gods. Not at all. So what is the purpose of this? Now, they are in some sort of winter forest-looking thing, and my immediate thought went to Starkiller and Vader, which this could be playing off of. I mean, imagine that. We're getting a reference or another Easter egg towards Starkiller / Darth Vader, because because this trailer, of course, it's the exact same location almost.
Where is she? Obey me, or she.
Same snowy forest, but of course, Starkiller is too powerful to be kept alive.
Dawn's apprentice.
So crazy. But my mind immediately went to there because it's a very similar looking location in the forest, in the snow. Obviously, this is not Galen Merrick. Unless. This is not our canon version of Starkiller, unless it is. Okay, but what is the purpose of this? And it even gives you a similar shot
What troubles you?
of these stormtroopers dead on the ground. I don't understand the context here. I don't know why we're going back to this, why we're going back to the Clone Wars. And if we are going back to the Clone Wars, why we're going back to this specific place, this specific time. Doesn't make any sense. I do love seeing the clone trooper armor, though. This is phase 1 armor, right? Maybe it's phase 2, actually. It's hard to tell from the back of the head, but it does. I mean, it looks awesome. It could just be a random mission for them. But you feel like, you know, they went to go fight battle droids. They went to go fight against Dooku and the Separatists. They weren't fighting this guy. And if they do, it should be talked about. I was low-key not expecting flashbacks. Me too. Absolutely me too. The first season of Ahsoka, it's not chock full of flashbacks. The only quote-unquote flashbacks that we get are memories in Ahsoka's mind in the world between worlds. So for season 2 to really tap into flashbacks is insane when you think about how much we have to get done in this second season in only 8 episodes. That's it. We only got 8 episodes. So when you have a war in our Star Wars, when you have Thrawn declaring war on the Rebel Alliance, and you have Ahsoka being with Force Ghost Anakin and Sabine and Shin and Baylan and what Baylan is looking for, how on earth do we have the time to go back in time and give us Clone Wars flashbacks about this random dude in the forest? What's the purpose? I'm not so much concerned about who this guy is, more so about why we are going back and getting the story about him. You know? Why? Why is the question. But speaking of these Clone Wars flashbacks, we do get the return of Ariana Greenblatt. Ariana Greenblatt is back as Ahsoka, as young Ahsoka Tano in the Clone Wars, so they're not hiding that. They're not keeping that a secret. When you watch a trailer like this, when they give you so much information in a trailer like this, your mind starts to wonder. Your mind starts to go crazy. If they are showing us this much in a teaser trailer, well, then what else do they have to hide? Of course, the obvious answer would be Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Hello there.
General Kenobi.
Ewan McGregor is very heavily rumored to be in Ahsoka Season 2, so that would be a big surprise. And I'm sure there are others. But when they're giving us Ariana Greenblatt as young Ahsoka in the trailer, when they're giving us Clone Wars flashbacks in the trailer, it means there's a lot more coming our way. But
What troubles you?
getting to see Anakin and Ahsoka fight together, because last time we saw them fight each other, getting to see them fight together is going to be awesome. Yeah. Ron, what's up? How we doing, Ron? Shout out to Ron for sticking with us really late last night. Did you get some sleep, Ron? Did you get some nice shut-eye, Ron? Anakin asks Ahsoka a question. Is she a Jedi or not? So she recalls where this Jedi broke away from the Order and she fought against him. Interesting. So the reason we're getting flashbacks is because of Ahsoka and her decision to leave the Jedi Order. Interesting. I like that. I like that a lot. So she's going to go back to moments where she realized that she should leave the Jedi Order. So what you're telling me is this guy, this random dude, is going to talk to Ahsoka and Anakin and sort of give his reason for leaving. And Ahsoka is going to take that and go, maybe he's right. Maybe the Jedi Order might not be the best people. Maybe they might be, maybe they might be not the good guys here. And that might be a seed planted in Ahsoka's head. I like that. Like, why is the saber not red? Because I don't think this is not a Sith Lord. This is just maybe a confused Jedi. Maybe not confused, but a Jedi who has recently turned. He must have just killed those clones in the forest. Anakin and Ahsoka must have just been sent after him. This might be a Jedi who has recently turned. Yeah. So when you have Ahsoka having all these different reference points, with this guy who turned, Count Dooku, of course, turned, leaves the Order, I mean, and Baylan Skoll now, present day, Baylan Skoll and what he's up to and why he left the Order, Ahsoka does have to answer the question, is she a Jedi or is she not? Because it is a very important one now at this point, because what is her end goal at the end of Ahsoka Season 2? So I do like that quite a bit. This random guy could be the first example that Ahsoka saw of a rogue Jedi, and it hurt her even more because she had to fight him. So maybe she agrees with him and then has to fight him. Maybe Anakin is like, nope, this guy bad, we must kill him. And Ahsoka's like, wait, is he bad though? Just because he's not a Jedi? I like that. I like that a lot.
I'm always walking by your side.
This is just as shocking. Just as shocking as Clone Wars Flashbacks, just as shocking as anything. We get Force Ghost Anakin talking to Ahsoka in the trailer. They are not pulling out any of the stops for this second season. They are going completely in for all of it. Craziness.
Citizens of the glorious empire.
And then we get Thrawn. And then we get the big blue meanie, Grand Admiral Thrawn. My God, he looks great. Okay, so we get a good look here at his fleet. You know, on Dathomir, you got a bunch of Star Destroyers. You got some, whatever that is, some droid cleaning the windows, I guess. Some people have been saying that maybe this character off to the right here, maybe this character over here could be Eli Vanto, which would be wild. It could be anybody, honestly, but does seem significant. This is Thrawn looking out at his fleet, and they put a random character off to the right. Could be of some significance. Either way, if it's Eli Vanto, that changes so much, because we might be getting some Chiss Ascendancy stuff in this second season. We might be getting some, Grisk stuff in here. That would be wild. But either way, looking at his fleet, and he's saying citizens of the Empire. Of course, the Empire. I don't think it's as simple as him just declaring war for no reason at all. Yes, he says he made an oath to the Empire, but the way I see it is Thrawn looks at the situation and goes, the New Republic, or the Rebel Alliance, as he is calling them, which is just such a, slap in the face. The New Republic is been fully founded for years now. They are the controlling government of the galaxy, and he's out here still calling them the Rebel Alliance, like they're just people in tents in the woods trying to fight against the Empire. It's just awesome. Thrawn is just aura farming all over us. So I think that Thrawn has a bigger purpose here, a bigger reason for wanting to take over the galaxy. I think he looks at what the New Republic is and how weak they are, and he says, I can do better. I can do better. So in order for him to protect the galaxy, in his mind, the best option is himself. And in order to protect his people, the Chiss, in order to protect from a threat that he might have seen in the on Peridia, whatever threat that may be that took out the Night Sister Kingdom, he might think that he's the best option to protect the entire galaxy. He might not be wrong. That's the situation we find ourselves in. The New Republic, at least the Senate, is so stupid and blind to the fact of threats out in the galaxy, specifically Thrawn, but others as well, that Thrawn might be the better option. Which is crazy. Thrawn might be the better option for the entire galaxy if they want to be safe. But getting back to it here, we got some great scenes. I just wanted to hear what he had to say first. So, him looking at his thing here.
I took an
So,
oath to protect.
We get Hera Syndulla, Ezra Bridger, and Senator Xiono. So, what I think is going on here, in terms of plot, what I think is going on here is Ezra is back at the end of season 1. Hera takes Ezra to Coruscant, to the Senate, and says, look, Ezra's back. Here he is. That means Thrawn is back too. And still, in the New Republic and all their stupidity, they say, nah, I don't buy it. I don't buy it. This is some fake Ezra. Or not even that. They go, okay, Ezra Bridger's back. That doesn't mean Thrawn's back. No, you're dumb. You're stupid. You're dumb. I'm not believing anything that you say. So, in order to prove to Senator Ziono that Thrawn is back, they take him to Dathomir to prove it. Because Ezra Bridger knows that Thrawn is on Dathomir. That's where he took off from. That's where they took off from. So, this is sort of a mission to just prove to Senator Ziono that the Empire is a threat and that Thrawn is back.
Protect the Empire.
And this seems to be the message that he's going to send out to the entire galaxy. So you know how at the beginning of Rise of Skywalker, the opening crawl says, the dead speak, and Palpatine has sent a message to the entire galaxy? We see in Rebels quite a bit the Empire broadcast to the entire galaxy. And that's what I think Thrawn is doing right here.
Empire. I therefore declare war.
Him sitting on his throne is so effing cool. It's so awesome. If you guys are not yet already in the Discord, there's a link in the description below to a Discord called The People Who Love Star Wars. Shout out to the people who love Star Wars for breaking down this trailer with me and finding a little bit of, Easter eggs here and there. I think it was Holly who pointed out the cup in his hand. Straight from the pages of the Heir to the Empire trilogy, the Legends trilogy. Straight off the page is this right here. Him sitting in his throne, his captain's chair, whatever you want to call it, with the cup in his hand, sort of looking over the battle in front of him. So freaking cool. Also, off to the right, as I mentioned in the breakdown video and even last night, are the Ysalamari. These little statue creatures, these little reptiles in Legends, are little sort of lizards that sit on your shoulder and repel the Force. It's pretty much like a force field around you that repels the Force. So if these creatures are going to be brought into canon and Thrawn is actually going to have them, then when he goes up against the Night Sisters, if they ever turn on him, which I think they will, and Ezra, if they ever goes toe-to-toe, then he will have a chance to stop him. Because if the Force is repelled, then he can't have the Force be used on him. The reason that Thrawn lost the first time is Ezra uses the Force to push him into the Purgil's arms, and they jet off into hyperspace. Thrawn is going to find a way to make that never happen again. Thrawn is going to make sure that if he ever goes toe-to-toe with Ezra Bridger, he's going to have the upper hand. So if he has this lizard sitting on his shoulder that repels the Force, then Ezra's not going to know what to do. Ezra's going to be absolutely shocked. So, having said that, could this be a reference or could this be a pointing to the fact that we are going to get the Ysalamari in live action? Possibly. These are just statues of the beings, but this means that Thrawn knows of their existence. Thrawn knows that they have this power. Okay. On the other side of the room are some other artifacts. Now, I've not been able to pinpoint what these are. So tell me in the chat if you sort of have any guesses. It's kind of hard to tell. This looks like a vase off to the left. Some sort of like tower or something off to the right. The middle piece would be the one we could probably get, if anything, what it is. There is a droid right next to it right there, a protocol droid looking dude, like evil C-3PO almost. Off to the left right there. It's art. Well, yeah, he collects art so that he can learn against his opponent. That's why Thrawn is such a genius. Before he goes into a fight, he already knows his opponent better than they know themselves. And he knows them because of their art, because of their culture. That's how he knows who Hera Syndulla is when he first meets her, and all these other characters that he comes across. So this could be significant to one of the characters that he may come across in season 2. Yeah. Continuing.
War of the Rebel Alliance.
So again, I think this is them proving to Senator Ziono that Thrawn is here. Little did they know that Thrawn has a way bigger fleet than they thought, which is going to be a surprise to everybody. But you can see HEIR right there, Ziono behind her. This is going to end very poorly. I'm starting to think, however, that Ezra Bridger is not going to be with them in the escape pod. But we'll see about that.
Of the Rebel Alliance.
So they send out the TIE fighters and the TIE bombers, but these bombers are not dropping bombs. They're dropping containers filled with night. I mean, come on. We got our first look at a Night Sister with a bow and arrow right here. Thrawn has an entire army of these dudes. How on earth is the New Republic going to even stand a chance? Season 2, we've talked about over and over again, is going to be win after win after win for Grand Admiral Thrawn. It's not going to be that difficult when he has this army of witches. This does look like one of them dying, though. Which could be Ezra killing her, could be anybody killing her, but that looks brutal and painful. Okay, the escape pod in question. So, what I think is happening here is Thrawn just ambushed our heroes when they're trying to find out if Thrawn is back, or prove to Senator Ziono that Thrawn is back. And in this escape pod is Senator Ziono and Hera Syndulla, and maybe Chopper too. At first, I thought Ezra would be in there, but I'm starting to think he's not, because I think Ezra is a part of the rescue mission. So keep that in your mind as we go along here.
Out of vision.
Now, Ahsoka's visions. What's really weird about this is Ahsoka says, I had a vision, and then Anakin says, she says she had a vision about a war. And Anakin tells her that Baylan is looking for something that will end all wars. So is Anakin suggesting that Ahsoka should gain this power and then go stop the war before it happens? Is Ahsoka truly not going to die or ascend into an afterlife at the end of this season? Will she return to the main galaxy? This trailer has made things more complicated than I thought, but keep that in the back of your mind. As she says she sees a vision, we get the Great Mothers. You can see all three of them back there doing some crazy magic. Enoch with his new blade right there. A really crazy looking Night Sister there. And a bunch of really cool stormtroopers as well. I don't know how big a role the Great Mothers are going to have in this second season. We have heard that they didn't bring back one of the actresses who played a Night Sister, or a Great Mother, in the first season. So I don't know how they're going to do that.
What did you see? More.
Sabine Wren has a very different look in the second season. Did not see this coming. Her hair is a different color. Her armor looks a lot different. Even some of her armor pieces are now gone and replaced by sort of a cloth-like armor. She looks very, very different. Did not see this coming. It makes me think there could be some sort of time jump in between seasons. Not anything crazy, but maybe a couple weeks, maybe a couple months. There could be some sort of jump there. B-Wings. So the B-Wings come from Star Wars Rebels. HEIR Syndulla being the first pilot of a B-Wing, and now they kind of mass-produce them, as we can tell, for the New Republic. But the Chimera being attacked by B-Wings, as the Chimera is still in the Eye of Sion. Why might that be? The Eye of Sion from Season 1 is the ship that takes Morgan Elsbeth and the others to Peridia. It has insane amount of hyperdrives on it, so it can jump between galaxies, and it brings Ezra and Thrawn and his army back home. So why would the Chimera still be in the Eye of Sion? Just to make crazy hyperspace jumps or something? Like, what would be the purpose in that? Somehow, some way, Sabine, Baylan, Shin, Ahsoka, Huyang, they all have to get back home. Unless they don't. But they all have to get back home. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine here. How do you think they get back home? Is it the Eye of Sion? Does somebody come to rescue them? I don't know. I would love to see, or I love seeing Enoch level up to be an adversary. I hope they don't treat him like Phasma, though. Honestly, Carter, you bring up a great point. What has Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau done over and over and over again in the Mandoverse? They've taken things that failed in the sequel trilogy and tried to make them better. Luke Skywalker is the prime example. But this might be another one. Enoch is very much like a Captain Phasma type character. And Captain Phasma in the sequels was tossed to the side. A really cool designed character who could have had a great arc in the sequels was cast to the side. Enoch might be sort of a Dave Filoni variation of a Phasma that he's going to do very well, like we hoped that would happen with Phasma in the sequels. So now Enoch is going to have this new blade and get a lot of action sequences as we see in the trailer, and it might be them trying to make up for what the sequels lacked. I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah, talk about a war. Talk about a big old war. I will say it's not over Dathomir. As you can see, the planet below is not the big red planet. It's something else. What planet do we think this is? I have my theory, but what planet do we think this is? Where do we think we are here? You can see rebel ships. You can see a blockade runner. Could be Leia's, which would be crazy, but maybe not. Bunch of rebel ships. You can see an Imperial Star Cruiser right there. I'm assuming the Chimera is here as well. Nal Hutta vibes. Interesting. I did not think Nal Hutta, but yeah, that's a good one. Nal Hutta definitely gives that kind of vibe. It's definitely not Dathomir. That's for sure. Mike. I've already said. Oh, what are your thoughts on the theory that the son of Mortis is the one fighting Ahsoka and Anakin in the flashbacks? It doesn't look like the son enough, and it wouldn't really make sense. You know, why would the son be wielding a triple-bladed lightsaber that's not red? Yeah. The New Republic could be hanging out there post Mando and Grogu. Interesting. If this was Nal Hutta, then yeah, it could very well be post Mandalorian and Grogu, and the events of the Mandalorian and Grogu movie could be affecting Ahsoka season 2. I like that. My initial thought when I looked at this planet was Mandalore. Because Mandalore has been turned to glass. There's all those storms in space. Mandalore has that sort of tint to it now because of the Empire. It's definitely not Coruscant. It's definitely not Dathomir. I do like the Nal Hutta pull. But my mind immediately went to Mandalore, which would be insane. Because Thrawn might be going to, reclaim the Mandalorian people or reclaim the Mandalorian base that they lost with Moff Gideon in the Mandalorian Season 3. But either way, them fighting over this planet that isn't Dathomir is very interesting. Ooh, At-Aten? Oh my God, At-Aten would be crazy. What does At-Aten look like from space? I forget. Hang on, chat. Gotta look it up. At-Aten. You are fucking me right now. It could be At-Aten. This is what At-Aten looks like from space. And keep in mind, there's a whole, well, I gotta zoom out. Zoom out! At-Aten from space. If we're going to frickin' At-Aten, because we know that the New Republic is on At-Aten. We know that for a fact. That's the end of Skeleton Crew. They come in and the New Republic saves the day. Okay, hang on. Hang on. We gotta find... I'm looking for a specific... Okay, this is kind of the best I could get. Let me... All right, I guess this is the best I got right now. Just this. Which this could very well be that planet. Especially if you zoom out more and it's beyond the smoke. That could be At-Aten. It could be the outside of At-Aten. That would change so much. If we are going straight to At-Aten in Ahsoka Season 2 and Thrawn is there to try and come claim... Like, if this is Thrawn attacking the New Republic fleet on At-Aten to claim the Old Republic Mint to fund his army, then we are getting everything our heart desires. This is so much better than I could possibly imagine. My God, that would be insane. Do you think the Night Sisters will betray Thrawn? Yes. I do. I think they have their own purpose here. They have their own goal. By the way, At-Aten was mentioned in the latest DLC for Outlaws. Really? I did not know that. I did not know that. That's really cool. I like that a lot. Okay, so it could be Mandalore, it could be At-Aten, it could be somewhere else, but either way, this is not Dathomir, and it's extremely important that it's not Dathomir, because all the other fight sequences in this, space fights and ground fights that are in this main galaxy happen over or on Dathomir, except for this one. It's important. That's for damn sure. Okay, continuing.
More and more danger than I thought.
This seems to be a wasteland. This reminds me, I said it last night, but it reminds me of an ancient battle took place here, like thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago. The reason why this planet has been, destroyed, the Night Sister Kingdom is gone. Mike, I beg of you to read my last comment, please. If you just said the comment again, then I wouldn't have to scroll up and find it. just type it out again or copy and paste it. That'd be very helpful. Yes. Okay, but this seems like a ancient battlefield. The markings on this are very Mortis Godsian. That's a word. It's very much Mortis Gods-like, and has to do with the ones.
Danger than I thought.
I think they're about to activate something they're not supposed to, and I think it's going to bite them in the butt.
Balin claimed with knowledge of a power.
So this is the only real look we get at Balin here in the snow in this trailer. And Shin Hati is with him. So at the end of season 1, I mean, the two of them got separated. They split up purposefully, but they split up. And Shin was now the leader of the bandits. What I think is actually happening here is Shin Hati has stolen Ahsoka's ship. Because later on in the trailer, we see Shin versus Hu Yang. So what I think happens here is the bandits take over the Noti, because Ahsoka and Sabine are somewhere else right now, doing training or whatever. They're not there. So Shin gets the best of Hu Yang and steals the ship because she wants to catch up with Balin. And when she catches up with Balin, this is her on the mountaintop. That not only puts Ahsoka and Sabine on foot, so they're far behind, but also allows Shin and Balin to get back together. So I think that Shin is stealing the ship here.
Balin claimed.
We don't really get a great look at Balin's skull, at least his face. We just get this.
With knowledge of a power.
He does look pissed off, though. Whatever he's looking for is up here in the snowy mountaintops. Very tough terrain. You hear Shin scream master, and then he looks angry, like he could be possessed or something. And Shin's like, what the hell's going on over there?
End wars.
Back inside of that weird ruin thing, Ahsoka and Sabine activate something they're not supposed to. Or maybe they are activating it on purpose, but it looks like the inside of a droid head. As you can see, the eyeballs right there. And the floor, again, very Mortis Gods-like. The fleet. So you got a blockade runner there. Could be the Tantive 4, maybe not. Either way. This is the Rebel fleet right here, or the New Republic fleet, I should say. Do you think we will see Ahsoka? Do you think we will see Leia Organa in this second season? Yes or no? Actually, let's put this up in a poll. Let's put this up in a poll. By the way, 77% of you right now in the chat are more excited after last night for Ahsoka Season 2 than you are for Starfighter. I am definitely on the Ahsoka Season 2 side of that as well. Insane. Okay. Giant droid head. I did not catch that last night. Oh, yeah. Giant droid head. This is why we do it. Do you think Leia will be in Ahsoka Season 2? So there have been a lot of rumors that Leia will appear. That's first and foremost. But now with all of this, you know, we're going to have some Coruscant scenes. There's a lot of the New Republic fleet. I feel like, especially with Thrawn and the New Republic not listening and all this other stuff, there would be a mention of Leia, or at least a sight of Leia. She was mentioned in Season 1. We got C-3PO as her proxy in Season 1. So what do you think the chances are we actually get to see Leia Organa Solo in this second season? A hologram of her possibly? Ooh, I wouldn't mind that. We could hear her voice, but not see her. Interesting. I think she'll be in it. I think they're going to do the Luke Skywalker treatment that Mando Season 2 got and give us Leia Organa in this second season. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Bearded Jedi, I appreciate it. I really, really do. So I think we will get Leia, but tell me in the comments, do you think we will, yes or no? It would be very cool. And they teased her in the first season, so why not? Why not? Chopper. Somehow we go a minute and 5 seconds into this trailer without seeing Chopper. Chopper, of course, has a bigger role in this second season. Dave Filoni confirmed that to us, which is great. Leia leads the rescue mission so that Xiono owes her one. I like that. Yeah, it's possible that Hera is going to be trapped on Dathomir. I feel like Leia would be a part in getting her back home safely. Okay, Chopper. Zeb, the first crossover character confirmed from the Mandalorian and Grogu movie to Ahsoka Season 2. Will there be more? Will Din and Grogu crossover? Will Rada the Hutt crossover? Will Jabba the Hutt, Ezra Bridger, meet Rada the Hutt, his son? Possibly. But Zeb Orrelios. This is why I think Ezra is not in the escape pod, because he's in this A1 star or A1. I didn't get a lot of sleep tonight, chat. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I'm losing it. He's in the A-wing fighter. Jesus Christ. He's in the A-wing fighter. A1 sauce fighter. And I think that means that he is not going to go down with the ship, and he will jump into hyperspace and escape, and he will come in and rescue them on Dathomir later. Also why he is in the rescue crew as well.
Long time.
Look at this. Look at this. This is what we're getting, chat. This is what we're getting. Massive space battles like nothing else we've ever seen in Star Wars. We get some space battles in Star Wars. Opener of Revenge of the Sith. End of Phantom Menace. Return of the Jedi. A New Hope. Battle of Exegol. I guess The Force Awakens. But honestly, when you start to think about it, there's not that many. Specifically in live action, there's not that many. So for this to be as big as it is a huge deal. Huge deal.
A long time ago, I walked away from the Jedi.
A long time ago, I walked away from the Jedi, and it goes back to this flashback. So again, this has to do something with her leaving the Jedi Order or something along those lines.
This is your trial.
Again, this is Ezra, I think, coming to rescue them. So he's a part of the rescue mission. So he could not be in the escape pod if he's a part of the rescue mission. Chopper's also there, so maybe he's not in the escape pod either. This shot is so freaking cool. This shot is incredible. An all-out war in our Star Wars. The ground battle on the Battle of Dathomir. That's so cool.
This is your trial, Ahsoka.
Okay. What the hell is this? You got 8 crazy flying droid looking things. I think these droid dudes, these weird creature droid things on Peridia have to do with the Mortis gods. I mean, they must. They must. But where do they come from? Where do they go? Where do they come from? You know? But seriously, where do they come from? Who, where, what are, did they activate them by accident? Are they protecting something? Why does Baylan Skoll not have to deal with these guys? Why is it just Sabine and Ahsoka? I don't know. I'm really looking for answers from you guys here, chat. So please let me know what you think. This is straight from the concept art images from season 2, which we got last year. This one right here specifically, which is this flying droid-like creature flying at Sabine Wren. And again, this is the trailer. These flying-like creatures. So straight out of the concept art, I don't know what's going on. Zepho droids? Interesting. A connection to the Zepho would be cool. I think the New Republic will steal the Eye of Sion and rescue our heroes. Plus, earlier in the trailer, Thrawn's ship doesn't have the eye attached to it. I actually think that's a different... first of all, I love the theory that the New Republic somehow steals the Eye of Sion to go save Ahsoka and Sabine. I do like that a lot. But I think this Star Destroyer earlier on in the trailer is not the Eye of Sion. Hang on.
I have returned.
Sorry, chat.
This is where the fun begins.
Sorry, the Chimera. I don't think this is the Chimera, because the Chimera is now forged with gold and looks all beat up, and this looks very intact. This is a newer Star Destroyer. Yeah. Thank you, chat. Thank you, chat. Yeah. So I don't think that is the Chimera. I don't think it is. Upgrade for Enoch. He has this insanely cool blade. Ezra versus Enoch. That fight's gonna be epic on Dathomir. Ezra looking badass as hell. Sort of being like, what the hell is this blade? Where'd you get this from? I kind of want one type deal. We got some concept art images this weekend too, so we get a better look at this. Here's Enoch holding said blade. Looks so freaking great. Love that. Love that. Old win. This Rebel fleet behind her, or New Republic fleet behind her, is completely destroyed. It's just the Ghost that is making it out of this alive, pretty much. That ship's destroyed. That ship's destroyed. That ship is clearly destroyed.
Or not.
See what I mean? The Chimera is extremely beat up. And forged with the gold on the sides. And it is in the Eye of Sion. This is above Dathomir. Oh, wait. Is that the other planet again? It is. Okay, here's our other planet again. Whatever this planet is extremely important, clearly, because all other scenes in the trailer are just about Dathomir. This is somewhere else. Crazy. Lothal? Ooh, interesting. What does Lothal look like from above? Hang on. Lothal is a great pull. Lothal. Maybe not. Yeah, Lothal looks too much like Earth or something. See, it looks more like it has water and stuff. It's not that same color. I do like where your mind is at. But it looks too colorful, I think. Yeah. So, I mean, my hype could not get any higher for the second season. This is a teaser trailer. Are you kidding me? Yeah. So, Ahsoka season 2, absolutely insane. We got the concept art images. We got the trailer. We got the poster. We got the release date, January 20th, 2027. Really, really great stuff. Who this guy is, still don't know, but I do like the theory that he could be a fallen Jedi who is more of a reason as to why Ahsoka leaves the Jedi Order. More of an explanation as to why. So I like that quite a bit. Now, I know we're already an hour and 10 minutes into this live stream, so we got to talk about the Starfighter trailer. We can come back to Ahsoka Season 2, but we got to talk some Starfighter. We will be talking about this trailer for Ahsoka for a long, long time. I can guarantee it. But let's talk some Starfighter here now, okay? So, give me a 1 into the chat if you saw the Starfighter trailer yet. Let me know in the chat. Have you seen this Starfighter trailer? It was not released publicly. And we already talked about why they didn't want to, overshadow one project with the other. It makes a lot of sense. But we got to talk about this. We got a new logo. We got a name for Ryan Gosling's character. And we got a little bit of a plot going on here. We got some plot. Okay, so let's start here. Star Wars Starfighter teaser released, and you can see it here. I'm still debating on whether or not we're going to watch this because I don't want the stream to get taken down. But Lucasfilm, if you're watching, just let us watch it. We're doing it for fun. We're going to enjoy it. We're not here to crap on it. Just, let us have our fun. Star Wars Starfighter got its first teaser trailer at D23, and wows fans is the word I'm looking for there. Plus, we have a new logo for the film and details on characters and plot. We will be providing a description of the footage and a link to where you can view it before it is removed by the House of Mouse. As previously leaked, Lucasfilm took to the Disney Studio showcase panel stage on Friday night to unveil the first look at next year's blockbuster starring Ryan Gosling. The leading man is playing Cade Oberyn. Yes. Cade Oberyn. So we got the official name. Cade was correct, but it was not C, it was K. Cade Oberyn. What do we think of the name, first and foremost? He's not a Skywalker. He's not a Palpatine. He's not a Kenobi. He's an Oberyn. He's a new character. What do we think? John Boyega has backtracked since Filoni took over? Yeah, because he's coming back. That's because John Boyega's coming back to Star Wars, and he, he's coming back. Okay, sorry. Cade Oberyn, he is a cynical rogue, is confronted by his mysterious past. That alone is really intriguing to me. He's a starfighter pilot. So what is that mysterious past? He has an Imperial ship. So was he an ex-Imperial? Was he an ex-First Order pilot? This is in the post-sequel world, 5 years after the sequel, so there's no government. There's no, the galaxy's in chaos. So he's a cynical rogue, confronted by the mysteries of his past, which I think are this kid that comes across his doorstep. His first name was leaked earlier this year, along with other details, but his surname is new information. The pilot is hurtled into a dangerous adventure across the galaxy that puts him into a crash course with destiny, says StarWars.com. Actually, let's read this. Actually, we'll read this after. Okay. We'll read that after. So, he is hurtled into a dangerous adventure across the galaxy that puts him on a crash course with destiny. Now, what that means, I don't know. I'm thinking the leaks are still true about the Jedi, Amy Adams, Mia Goth, Aaron Pierre, all wielding lightsabers in the Force. The teaser trailer did not give us any of that. It only gave us Ryan Gosling's character and Flynn Gray's character and the starfighter in question. But the Jedi aspect, the Force aspect, are still going to be a big part in this movie, because we know that for a fact from Sean Levy. Ryan Gosling told the audience at D23 that Cade is a guy from the wrong side of the galaxy whose fate is intertwined with the fastest starfighter ever built. So he grew up sort of in a bad way. He's from the wrong side of the galaxy, but now he has to be the hero. I like that. I mean, it's very Han Solo-esque. That's what a lot of people have been saying. It sounds like Han Solo, exactly, Nathan. It's very Han Solo-esque. but it's a different take on Han Solo because Han Solo was never the villain, you know? He was never the bad guy. It sounds like Cade Oberyn at one point in his life was the bad guy, was the villain. Meanwhile, director Sean Levy teased how Starfighter embodies the themes of hope, family, and adventure, and that have always been at the core of Star Wars. But our story takes place in a period of time that has never been seen before, which has been a privilege to create and explore. So you're talking new droids, you're talking new ships, you're talking all new designs for things in the galaxy because it's beyond the sequel trilogy in a time period where we've never seen before. So, watching the Starfighter trailer. Now, we have some background information. Let's take a look at the teaser, which can be seen below. Let's see if this is still up. Oh, it is. All right, we're going to watch it without the volume. How about that? Should we do that? There's not a lot of dialogue in it, so I feel like we'll be better off if we just do no volume so that Lucasfilm doesn't take us down. Sound good? Okay. So, I'll narrate for you. That's Flynn Gray's character, and he's coming across this Starfighter. He really liked. Are you kidding me? Talk about a cinematic shot going across this sort of plane on a speeder bike. Might be on that planet with the Jedi. Could be that new Jedi temple. This is the logo I was talking about. It's the rebel symbol upside down with sort of a skull and bones look with two guns, two blasters going across. It looks like he has this massive blaster over his shoulder too. Really cool. Him working on the Starfighter. They're really diving in this teaser to Starfighter specifically, like the word Starfighter. This right here, the Imperial symbol. I think he was an ex-Imperial pilot, or maybe an ex-First Order pilot. Either way, this is undoubtedly the Imperial symbol. This I don't understand. I have a great screenshot of this, more clear than that. This was the behind-the-scenes image we got of Ryan Gosling and Flynn Gray on that sort of craft going across the Mediterranean Sea. And this is where they are. They're just columns of water going up into the sky. Where the hell are they? What is this place? What is this planet? What is this going? What is going on? Mike, will you post that trailer in the Discord? Yes. The trailer, I think, is already in the Discord. So if you're not yet already, there is a link in the description below to a Discord called The People Who Love Star Wars, completely free Discord. Go join that and check it out. Is that a huge gun? Yes, that was a huge gun. But what do we think is going on here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. At least 9 of these massive columns of water going up into the sky. This could be the dangerous adventure that they was talking about, going into, something dangerous that fulfills his destiny type thing. But where are they going? What is happening here? My first thought went to maybe a hidden Jedi temple, hidden away from the galaxy so that nobody can find it, and they're the ones who have to go find it because Ryan Gosling has to protect this kid and bring him to the Jedi temple. Because other than that, I can't think of any possible reason for them being here or why this planet has these giant columns of water going straight up in the air. I don't know. I don't know. But either way, it's really cool. And here they are going through it, like sailing through it almost. The Starfighters is activating here. And then we get this droid. So a new droid design. We're going to get a lot of new droid designs, I'm sure. A lot of new creatures, a lot of new ships. That's what I really like about going beyond the Skywalker saga. This ship looks like the Mantis to me from the Jedi games. Cal Kestis' ship, but it's not. My question is more so, who is shooting at them? The Empire is gone. The First Order is gone. There's no real government. Who are these people in these? It looks like all black suits. It looks like a Death Trooper suit or a Death Trooper, right? Death Trooper? Dark Trooper, maybe? Either way. It looks like one of those, but it's not. Great shot here. Very Indiana Jones-esque. Flynn Gray running across and jumping as Ryan Gosling's going to have to catch him. They're very much focused on the Starfighter itself, the fastest Starfighter in the galaxy. But I really don't think, that might be a big part in the movie, but I really don't think that has anything to really do with the plot of the film. Yeah, he's a Starfighter pilot, and that's a big deal, but we're talking Jedi. We're talking a Jedi Order, Flynn Gray's mom dying and having to send him off to have Ryan Gosling protect him, have Cade or Oberyn. Oh, I can never get it. I have zero sleep, chat. I'm living off of nothing over here. Cade, and that's going to be. This is just a teaser, and it doesn't really tease much. I'd love to have seen a lightsaber in there, but it seems as though they're still figuring it out, or they're still trying to tease it for us and not give us everything all at once. So let's watch it through one more time without me pausing. And much information at all. That's a teaser trailer. The Ahsoka one is like a full-on gives you everything type deal. Okay, but continuing. So, the teaser trailer opens with Flynn Gray's character opening the door, walking into a workshop of sorts. A Starfighter is covered, or has a cover on it, and the room's walls are computers. Flynn Gray, lifts up the dusty cover from the ship to reveal the front. The kid places his hand on the ship before Cade, Ryan Gosling's character, can be heard saying, "Hey, didn't I tell you not to touch it?" A wide shot of Cade Oberyn stood in the doorway with plenty more light in the terminals on the wall. There's a couple of shots with Gray looking at the ship in awe, ends up asking Oberyn what kind of Starfighter is it, and Oberyn walks towards Gray. He tells the boy it's a decommissioned G-17 Imperial Reaper, fastest Starfighter ever built. So it's Imperial. It's not First Order, it's Imperial, which is fascinating. G-16, why does that sound so familiar? G-16 Imperial ship. I guess nothing comes up because this is the first time we're seeing it, right? What if we put in Reaper? Okay, so the TIE Reaper is this. That's not it. Oh, look at that logo. So this is the logo we were talking about. That's pretty crazy. All right, but getting back to it. A decommissioned G-17... Oh, did I say G-16? Damn it. G-17 Imperial Reaper, fastest Starfighter ever built. Our main protagonist begins to pull the cover back over, and Gray tells him he's never heard of it. And obviously we've never heard of it either, to which Cade says that's the reason. There's a reason for that. Shots of a speeder bike racing through a swampland, which could be where that so-called swamp lightsaber duel happens that was filmed by Tom Cruise. Likely of the G-17 Imperial Reaper. We can see an outfit from behind, leather jacket. He has had on contained a Rebel Alliance Firebird logo upside down. Above two blasters crossed like a skull and crossbones formation. Ryan Gosling's character is also carrying what appears to be a large blaster/weapon over his shoulder. So that's what that looks like. So that's, I mean, this is a description of what we just watched, so we don't need to read the whole thing. There you have it. The trailer for Starfighter. Now, very much a teaser trailer. Not the lightsabers in Jedi that I was hoping for, but I would bet a lot of money that we get an actual official trailer for Starfighter within the next month, if not month and a half. Before the end of September, I think we will have it, because last year for The Mandalorian and Grogu, we got the first official trailer September 6th. And they have almost the exact same release dates. The Mandalorian and Grogu came out May 22nd, and this movie comes out May 28th of the following year. So, in terms of hype level for Starfighter, I'm really high, but I still need that actual trailer. That didn't give us a lot of information about what's going on. It just gave us Ryan Gosling's character's name, and that's about it. And a little bit more of a mystery to his backstory. That's it. With Ahsoka Season 2, we got an insane amount of information. We got so much that my mind is still just melting. With Starfighter, we need an official trailer, and we need it ASAP, as soon as possible. Yeah. Is that not just an X-wing below? No, it's two guns crossing over. It's not an X-wing. No, it is not. So, that's the Starfighter stuff. I think there was... Hang on. Oh, yeah. Well, I got some screenshots from said trailer. This is our first sort of look at Cade Oberyn, Ryan Gosling's character. The name Cade being the same, it must be on purpose, but I don't know why. Yeah. I don't know why. At least not yet.
This is where the fun begins.
But as I said earlier, on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited were you for Ahsoka Season 2? On a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you for Starfighter? Now after the trailer, now after what we got in terms of Ryan Gosling's character's name and all the information we got last night at D23, how excited are you for the next Star Wars film on a scale of 1 to 10? Where are we at? And while you do so, can I get some good cups full of orders in the chat, please? Bumpa. That's some good water. 10 out of 10, 7 out of 10, 9, 6, 8, 9.5, a billion, 10, 10. So some pretty high scores. Not as high as Ahsoka Season 2, which, I mean, I assumed was going to happen. I think more people are more excited for Ahsoka Season 2 at this present moment because with Ahsoka, we know so much more information. We have the setup from Season 1, and we got the, official teaser trailer last night. With Starfighter, it's still so much a mystery. The cast is loaded, absolutely. Sean Levy's the director. He's fantastic, but we don't know what it's going to be about. Still, to this day, we don't know. So it's hard to get as excited for Starfighter as it is for Ahsoka Season 2. I'm sure that will change when we actually get an official trailer with lightsabers and Jedi and craziness, but we don't know when that will be, so it's hard to get excited for something we just don't know yet. We just don't know anything about. That's the problem. That's the issue that we have right now when it comes to Starfighter. Yeah. The background looks like a TIE interior. A little bit. A little bit right here. Yeah. Like that, what you're saying right there. It is Imperial, so it does like the joystick or whatever you want to call it. It does look Imperial, for sure. It's an Imperial Starfighter. It begs the question, though, what is the past of this character? Like, who is he? Did he work for the Empire? I feel like he's not old enough. How old is Ryan Gosling? In his 40s? If this is 5 years after the sequels, that means the Empire hasn't been around for at least, well, I guess the remnant of the Empire, but the Empire itself hasn't been around for at least 30, 35-ish years. Maybe 35 to 40 years. So it wouldn't make much sense for a 40-year-old Ryan Gosling, or however old he is, to be, 1 year old when he's with the Empire. That doesn't make much sense. So I don't know how the math is mathing there. Maybe he's not an ex-Imperial. Maybe he just has an Imperial ship. But how do you come across that? I don't know. A lot more questions than answers when it comes to Starfighter. I guess the same can be said about Ahsoka Season 2, but I feel like there's more answers with the Ahsoka trailer than there was with the Starfighter one. Yeah. Indeed. Okay, we did have a lot of other news come from D23, so let's dive into that really quickly. First and foremost, the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. So the first Star Wars movie in 7 years is now coming to Disney Plus on September 2nd, which, by the way, is only in like a couple weeks. So in a couple weeks, we are getting the first Star Wars movie in 7 years on Disney Plus. The Mandalorian and Grogu coming home. Cannot wait to watch this one again. Extremely underrated movie. This movie is going. I mean, I say it's underrated, but the people who saw it loved it. It's got the highest audience score since the original trilogy. So it's not underrated in that facet. It's more so underrated because not as many people saw it. So more people will see it when it goes to Disney Plus. That's more so what I'm saying. Yeah. Carter says, Skeleton Crew, Andor Season 2, Visions, Tales of the Underworld, Mandalorian and Grogu, Ninth Jedi. If Ahsoka Season 2 and Starfighter are as good as they look, that's an amazing run. Star Wars fans should be happy. You also missed out on probably the best project in that list, which is Maul Shadow Lord. But yeah, Carter brings up a great point. We are going on the insane run in the last 2 years. Just the last 2 years. Skeleton Crew, Andor Season 2, Visions Season 3, Tales of the Underworld, Maul Shadow Lord, Mandalorian and Grogu, The Ninth Jedi, and now next year is Ahsoka Season 2 and Starfighter. Now sit here and tell me it's not the greatest time to be a Star Wars fan. Sit here and tell me that with the ability to have Disney Plus and go back and watch all the great peak Star Wars that existed with the original trilogy, the prequel trilogy, and Clone Wars, Rebels, all that great stuff. With peak Star Wars coming out every single year now, with Andor Season 2, Maul Shadow Lord, all that great stuff that we just listed off. And then getting hyped up for Ahsoka Season 2. It is the greatest time to be a Star Wars fan. I think yesterday, while we watched the Ahsoka Season 2 trailer for the first time, might have been one of the greatest peaks as a Star Wars fan. Because you're sitting here with all the prior knowledge of the Clone Wars and Rebels and that character of Ahsoka and the original trilogy and this prequel trilogy. You have all that information in your mind, and now you're getting hyped up for the next project, which happens to be about Ahsoka and Anakin. Anakin and her apprentice, the chosen one, and her and his apprentice. My goodness. Wild. The haters will never admit, or are never going to admit that it's been a great run for Star Wars. No, but who cares? Like, we're sitting here in the midst of one of the greatest runs for Star Wars ever, and it seems to be continuing into next year, and yet there's still people that'll tell you that Star Wars is dead. It's not that these projects are bad or anything, it's that it's completely dead. Wild. Okay, but Mandalorian and Grogu coming to Disney Plus on the 2nd. Also, the Lego Mandalorian special is coming out on September 2nd as well, along with a Mandalorian and Grogu podcast with Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni. So it's sort of like the gallery episodes. Okay. It's like the gallery episodes on Disney Plus, where they're just breaking down how they made it and all that stuff. So it's sort of just the breaking down of all of that. Yeah, so that's happening on September 2nd. September 2nd is when the Lego special is coming out and the Mandalorian and Grogu is coming out as well. There is a trailer for that Lego thing. We can watch it if you want. You guys want to watch it? All right, we'll watch it. We'll watch it. This is the trailer for the Mandalorian Lego special that comes out on September 2nd.
Wow, stinks to be those guys.
Gather around, everyone. I'll tell you the exciting story of how a little green kid turned a stone-cold bounty hunter into a warm and fuzzy stone-cold bounty hunter.
Oh, cease that. We are Imperial remnants. We do not. Oh.
It all went down like this. Mando had the X-Empire after him.
I will destroy the Mandalorians once and for all.
The hunter was now the hunted. The end.
Wait, stop. A whole bunch of other stuff happened.
It's a wicked great story, and I was there for at least 20% of it.
Look, if you're gonna be a bounty hunter, you'll have to sound more intimidating than that. It's like he's moving that thing with some kind of unseen force.
It is called the Force.
They have got to work on better names for stuff. We're surrounded.
Initiating self-destruct sequencing.
Christ, are you nuts?
My sanity has been questioned. Initiating self-destruct sequencing.
Here we go again.
So it's nothing new. It's just the retelling of the 3 seasons of the show, seemingly. But it's the Lego Star Wars. It's the fun little spoof on it. It's just funny. It's more of a recap if you want to watch the Mandalorian and Grogu movie too, with the added bonus of all that. It's just fun. Like, that's what these Lego Star Wars things are. I expect we're going to get one of these Lego things every year at this point. Like, why not? You know, like, why? First and foremost, why not? But we've been getting one every year.
Tell me, Ahsoka.
It just started playing the Ahsoka Season 2 trailer. I think we have to watch it again. But yeah, so it does seem like they're going to continue to keep making all of this little small things on Disney Plus, like Lego specials, which is cool. They're a lot of fun. They are indeed a lot of fun. But it kills me how people still think that Star Wars is dead. It's just like maybe they just don't like it anymore, and that's okay. But you don't have to, crap on other people for liking it because it's peak. You know? Where do I find the Starfighter trailer? You can go join the Discord. People in the Discord have it. I have it as well. But Lucasfilm, I don't have it. I don't have it. I don't have it. Of course I don't have it. I totally have it. I definitely have it. But you got to go join the Discord. There's a link in the description below to a Discord called The People Who Love Star Wars, and somebody will send it to you in there, or it's already in there, and you can go find it. But also announced yesterday, or I guess not really announced, but more so shut down by Dave Filoni himself, was the Hunt for Ben Solo movie. Did you guys see this? So Dave Filoni was asked about the Hunt for Ben Solo, and here's what he had to say. It's not the greatest update, but it's not him saying never say never. I mean, it's not him saying it'll never happen, sorry. Just take a look at this.
Okay, what about the Hunt for Ben Solo?
Oh, that's way too quiet. Hang on. Turn that up. Try that one more time.
Okay, what about the Hunt for Ben Solo?
Someone was going to ask me that in this line. I'm surprised it took this long, so that's really cool, but we're not making that picture right now. That's all I can say.
Right now. To play, for people holding out hope, he does say right now. He uses the Jedi mind trick. We are not making that film right now. Tell me in the chat, do you think the Hunt for Ben Solo will ever happen? As of right now, we just learned last night that Adam Driver is going over to join the MCU as Mr. Sinister, which is really great casting, but also really weird. So,
we're not making that picture right now. That's all I can say.
That's all he can say. Right now. I don't know. I've kind of lost a little bit of hope on the Hunt for Ben Solo movie, especially with the Adam Driver going over to the MCU. I want it to happen, but it seems less and less likely. With them making Starfighter, with them making a new trilogy, unless Ben Solo is involved in that story, then it's not likely that we will see that movie happen anytime soon. Unless Starfighter teases it up and they don't want to announce anything before we actually see Starfighter. That would be crazy. That would be a plot twist I did not see coming. But he does say right now. And that's all I got to say about it. He does say we're not making that movie right now. That's it. Right now. Right now. This was actually Hayden Christensen talks about his return to Anakin Skywalker in season 2. This was on stage last night. And he said he's challenging her to push her to answer the most important question in her life. Are you or are you not a Jedi? And that seems to be, from the trailer at least, the biggest question possible. I will say, they brought on stage Dave Filoni over there on the left, Rosario Dawson, Iman Esfandi, and Hayden Christensen. Which, first and foremost, star power beyond belief. But behind them are the Mortis God statues. Things that we did not see in the trailer. So, obviously, they're going to be very important in season 2, but they were not in the trailer. They were on stage when they came out. Obviously, the father and the son, no daughter, at least not yet. But in terms of what is missing from the trailer, I think Obi-Wan Kenobi for sure. Flashbacks to explain the Mortis gods. The Mortis gods themselves could appear. And Abeloth. I'm still thinking we're on the track for Abeloth. But all that to say, we do have a bunch of concept art images that were revealed to us at D23 this weekend as well. Some new, some old. For example, an old one is this. Ezra Bridger running off to go into an A-Wing or an X-Wing. And then new would be this one right here. The Night Sisters fighting in the hallway with the New Republic. General Grievous, Hu Yang off to the right there. Gotta love that. Versus Shin Hati, concept art image. These next two are interesting. This is them entering that little, head-like thing on the right. And this is like a wasteland. Like these look like droids that are those giant droids that have been deteriorating here for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. Because some big old battle or somebody took them out. Possibly Abeloth. Imagine we get a flashback of Abeloth killing all the Night Sisters, destroying the entire kingdom. Imagine we see Peridia in its prime with this huge kingdom, this millions of Night Sisters and these massive droid-like creatures, and they all get just destroyed. Absolutely destroyed. That would be crazy. And then at the bottom here is Thrawn in his natural habitat. Looking over the war zone, we are going to get to see Thrawn at his peak here. We're going to get to see Thrawn at his best, in the chair, in control of the entire battlefield, and we're finally going to get to see Thrawn as the mastermind that he is in this second season. So those were some concept art images. We already looked at this one, but we have the Enoch one, where he's got the new blade with some Night Sisters behind him. We also had these outfits, but now we know these outfits are not from the Pantora arc. This is from this flashback right here. It does solidify my belief that Anakin Skywalker only owns one coat, one winter coat. Ahsoka Tano right there. Does not look very red here, but maybe it's just the coloring with the lighting, because it's very pink or red right there. But young Ahsoka right there. I feel like there was one more. No, I guess not. And the biggest question still is, who is this guy? Who is this? Who are you? Ah! Okay, sorry. How did Ahsoka's bird, Morai, follow her between all the planets? And does it travel through the world between worlds? Just curious. So Morai is not really a bird. Well, she isn't. She's not. She is a being of the Force. So she just appears and disappears pretty much whenever she wants. Not much is explored about it, but about the character, but yeah, I hope so. I hope we get more about Morai in season 2. Yeah. Okay, let's watch the trailer again. Before we get on out of here, let's watch the Ahsoka Season 2 trailer one last time. It's so crazy that we're sitting here watching Ahsoka Season 2 trailer. Finally. It feels like we've been waiting for a millennia, but it's only been 3 years. Only. It's only been 3 years. You know? Only 3. Let's watch it. The best scenes that we haven't really looked at yet was this. Sabine Wren using her flamethrower on this dude. And it's probably one of our best looks we get at one of these droid-like creatures. It looks just like out of a horror movie or something. Like, what the hell is that? It's so crazy. Oh, he's got a sword for sure. Right there, as you can tell. What are these things? My first thought was that they are guarding something very important. Like they're sentry guards that are protecting whatever Balin Skull is looking for, and the Mortis gods created them. That still could be the case. They are creepy looking. They're kind of creepy looking. And they came out of nowhere. These are completely new concepts. before we got the concept art images for Ahsoka Season 2, we had no idea that these even existed or would be in Season 2. They're a completely new idea, completely new lore, and it's going to add so much more. Like, Ahsoka, Season 1, added so much lore to the story of Star Wars, explaining where the Night Sisters came from with the new galaxy and all this other stuff. But this second season is going to be 10 times the amount of lore building in the Star Wars universe with the Mortis gods, with these droid-like creatures. It's just going to be absolute pure insanity for all 8 episodes. It's so crazy. Yeah. They better correct what they did to Thrawn. He was the dumbest person on the show in Ahsoka Season 1? I don't know about that. He somehow was stranded in a different galaxy, managed to get home, and strand the people who were trying to stop him on the galaxy he was stranded on. I don't know if that's the dumbest person in the show. But, okay. I agree with you that Thrawn needs to be all badass in Season 2 and be really, really smart, as we've seen before in the books and in Rebels. Season 1 was just the introduction to Thrawn, but he was definitely not dumb. Yeah, and comes back with an army of Night Sisters, by the way, too. Yeah, that's true. He comes back after an 11-year sort of stranded stint on Peridia with an entire army. He comes back ready to take over the entire galaxy. Sounds like a dummy. Sounds like he really is stupid. Yeah. But having said that, this trailer is absolutely insane. I'm sure we're going to watch it 1,000 more times before it comes out in 4 or 5 months from now. January 20th. January 20th. Holy crap, I cannot wait. But until then, we got the Starfighter trailer. Ryan Gosling's character's name is Cade Oberyn. I'll get it down at some point before the movie comes out, I'm sure. We will be getting our actual official trailer for Starfighter at some point within the next coming months. We do have the leaked trailer for now, and Ahsoka steals the show with the poster, with the trailer, with the release date, with everything. And this is the said poster I refer to. Such a great poster. I mean, come on. So freaking cool. I appreciate you all for being here. This was another very historic stream for numbers-wise. It was really, really up there. And I appreciate you all for being here and chiming in. You are the absolute best. Keep the conversation going in the Discord. Smash a freaking like in the stream if you have not already. Watch out for a short in about an hour. If you have not already, go check out the breakdown video I did this morning. Did you sleep, Mike? Do I sleep ever? Have I ever slept? Sleep is just a mindset, okay, chat? You know what I'm doing right now? Do you know what I'm going to do? I did my breakdown video. I have all my shorts scheduled for the rest. I'm going back on vacation. If you don't know, I was on vacation. After Thursday's stream, I went on vacation. About 2 hours away. Hour and a half, 2 hours away. I was on vacation for about 24-ish hours, maybe a little less, give or take. I drove back home. We did a 3-hour live stream. We broke down the Ahsoka trailer. We did this live stream. And now I'm going back on vacation. So I got stuff planned out for the rest of you guys for the rest of the week. Well, I'm back on Wednesday. So we'll be back. We'll be back. I'm only on vacation for a couple days. But had to come back for this. Did not disappoint. Thank you to Lucasfilm. Thank you to Star Wars, Dave Filoni. Thank you to Rosario Dawson, Hayden Christensen, Iman. Everybody, thank you all for making Peak. And Ryan Gosling and Sean Levy as well. Tell Sam we appreciate for lending you to us. I will indeed. Yes, she will be very happy to see me back on vacation. She's still on vacation. I came home. I can't wait to watch this Ahsoka trailer with her and break it all down for her. But I know she was excited. I'm excited. We're all excited. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. But until next time, smash a freaking like in the stream. Actually, let me end this poll. Oh my God, this poll's really close. What even was this poll? I forget. What was it? Oh, do you think Leia will be in Ahsoka Season 2? 53% of you say yes, 47% say no. That's going to be one of the biggest questions we have moving forward. Until this show comes out, we are going to be asking the question, will Leia be in this second season? because clearly we are about 50-50 right now. And that may change the closer and closer we get. We got C-3PO in the first season. We might get Leia in the second. But until next time, I appreciate you all for being here. I appreciate you all for being at the live stream last night and watching the breakdown videos. You guys are the absolute best. I truly mean it. You are the best people in the entire galaxy. I appreciate you all for being here and supporting the channel, supporting me, supporting everybody, and being a great community. With a few exceptions, you know who you are. You know what you've done. You're in a timeout. Go sit in the corner and think about what you did. But until next time, may the Force be with you. Always. Chopper, is the hyperspace drive going to work today? You were in the trailer. You're in the trailer. What more do you want? May the Force be with you. Always. Damn it, Chopper! Chopper was stuck in the vines. That's hilarious. Okay. I appreciate you all for being here. This was quite a amazing live stream. Let's just do this every live stream, you know? Let's have all you guys here every single live stream. I'm sure we'll have a lot more to talk about the rest of the week with this Ahsoka Season 2 trailer and more interviews that come out from D23. Rosario Dawson, Hayden Christensen. We didn't even get into that stuff with the interviews. So there's so much more to get to, and this was all we could get to in just 2 hours. What a great time to be a Star Wars fan. What a great time to be a Star Wars fan. This was insane. There was a Samantha song that Josh Gad was singing yesterday. Yeah, one of you guys sent that to me and showed this to Sam. Yeah, that is great. Okay, but I appreciate you all for being here. No, thank you. Don't you thank me. Thank you. Because without you guys, we wouldn't be here, and I appreciate you all so much more than you could possibly fathom. But until next time, hope you have a great rest of your evening. Great rest of your lives. And good night, everybody.